Okay, next we see that dependency injection. Okay, this is major topic. Dependency injection, we'll see that. Okay, what is dependency? What is dependency? Dependency means general dependent. Dependent. One thing is depending on another one. Okay, so dependency injection means in terms of Spring. In terms of Spring, dependency injection is injecting the one class object to another class. Okay, injecting one class object to another class. Okay, so dependency injection is like a core concept. Okay, is a core concept in the Spring. Basically, with that we can inject the one class type objects to another class. Example, in employee class, I'm using student class data. Okay, in employee class, I want to use the student class data. If you see here, I'm writing simple code, piece of code here. Class employee. In that, there another class outside. Class student. Okay. In the student, there is one method. Public void or maybe string get student details. Okay, there is a simple class and simple method inside a student class. Okay, there is get student details. This class method I want to call from the employee class. How I can call? Public void m1 method is there. From m1 method I want to call student class get student detail method. How to call? You answer quickly. Simple question. How to call student class method from employee class? To create object class.
Object of student class.
Okay. Create object class of create student of object. Okay. Fine. Student is equal to new student. Okay, we'll create that and we'll call the method. Okay, this is fine, it will work. No problem on that. I have another method m2. I have another method m2. In that also I have to call student class method. How to call? Here we have to again create a class, create object for class and call a method. Correct, right? Like that I am calling the method, maybe not here I'm calling single method. In the student class maybe another methods, some more methods I can say. Okay, student percentage. Okay, this I want to call here. Okay, like that I want to call multiple methods in a multiple place in this employee class. Okay, in employee class I want to call student class methods in multiple places. So every time I have to create object and call the method. That is fine. Tomorrow student class is changed. Student class is changed. What is the change I have to do? So because of changing the class in other class, my class is affecting, right? My class is affecting, it will not work. So again, in all places, I have to change the name. Okay. This is like tightly coupled. Tightly coupled means changing in one place is affecting to change other place. This kind of problems, we can go with the dependence injection. Dependence injection main functionality, main benefit is to avoid the tightly coupling. To avoid tightly coupling, to allow loose coupling. Loose coupling means changing the one place will not affect the to change other place. Okay, fine. This is simple example. We'll go Spring and we'll see how it will work. Okay, we'll create simple project. I'm creating same project again. Spring app 3. Okay, Spring app 3 is same and add the jar files. What are jar files required? Just add all those MySQL not required. Compressed Spring 5.29. Okay. AOP beans context core. Okay, there is one more commons login. Commons login in our side. Where is the commons login I downloaded? Okay. Okay, with this jar files add is done. Now open the code. I'm writing simple class. Okay. Employee class. Employee class contains some methods. Public void m1. Okay. Employee class contain m2 or m3. Okay. I'm creating same other class. This student. Student has contain std1, std2, some methods. Public okay. So std1, std2, these are method names, simple method names. From student class, I want to call employee class. How to call? Create object for this. New employee. Call e.m1. In this class, e.m2. Here, e.m3. Okay. Up to here is fine. M3 why error? One second. This employee, it is student. So it is working fine. Maybe I'll create one client class. It is client to one. Take main method. From the client, I'm first I'll create object for student one. Okay. Maybe student. Okay. Creating student class here. This I am calling student dot some methods std1, std2, std3, like that I am calling. So this work, it will work fine, no problem in that. No problem in that. Just for printing purpose, I'm writing some SOPs. Student M1, student 1, student 2, student 3. Okay, this is like core Java logic, so not explain much. Here write some SOPs. emp M1 method. Okay, same like write all SOPs. Okay, in the client, I'm calling the method, so it will call, no problem. Up to here, we will get a output. Okay, so here what I'll do, in the employee class, just I'll change the class name as emp. Okay, I'll change the class name as emp. So changing the class name here, is it effect for all the classes or not? So it is showing some errors here. What is employee? So we have to change all the classes. Again, replace employee with the emp. Okay. So in the demo class only, this is demo example. Here only we have 3 places. In the real time examples, company, okay, in one project, one class using multiple places. Okay, minimum 30-40. Minimum 30-40. So we need to go for all the places, again change. Changing not enough, we have to test completely is whether working fine or not, because even if we change one simple space also, client will ask complete testing. Okay, fine. So one change is affecting to change the all the places. To avoid that, we have a some new concept in the Spring. So this is called tightly coupling. Tightly coupling means changing in one place is asking to change in other place also. That is, these two are completely tightly coupled. To provide loosely coupled, that means even if you change one place, that should not affect to change another place. Okay, just what we do, we'll create one interface. Okay, or else we'll create one variable here. Okay, in the employee class, so student class, I'm taking one variable emp emp I'm taking, and directly I'm calling the m1 m3. Okay, m1 m2 m3. Who will inject the object here? For this is a simple core Java code, right? Who will inject object? We have to manually create the object. To avoid that, we can ask Spring Framework support. Okay, we can tell this is one bean with the component annotation. This is also one bean with component annotation. Okay, that means up to here, this object is created by Spring. This object also created by Spring. Here we have to inject. How to inject? If it is like a value, maybe int, string, this we can tell by value annotation. We can write value like this, like afternoon example. We can use value. After that, we can provide some value or some this expression we can provide. Okay, but this is not a primitive type. We have this is object. For that, we have to go some another concept. It is called auto void. It is auto void. What is auto void? Whatever the object already created by Spring IOS container. Okay, Spring IOS container already created employee object. So that employee object already you have. So I'm asking to that object inject to here. Okay, whenever applications start, immediately Spring IOC container check will do component scan. Component scan will check what are all classes contain the 4 annotations. Those are stereotype annotations. Okay, then those class objects will be created by Spring IOC container. After creating, those classes contain any auto-word annotation or not. Those class internally, any variables have auto-word or not. If it is has auto-word, those type object. So what here auto-word contain what? Employee object. So student class need employee object. While we are creating a student class object, please inject employee class object to this variable. Okay, who will inject? That is a part of Spring IOC container, dependency injection. Okay, now this is already injected. This is already injected, so we can call directly. Okay, we can call directly. This I am repeating again. This I remove all the annotations. Okay, I removed. Now if we call this method, what will happen? See, I'm calling now. I create a student object. Okay, student object created. There is one variable is there. Variable is not initialized, only declared, not initialized. Who will initialize? Who will initialize? Without initializing, what is the value for E? Without initialize, what is the value for E? Why so much time? Without initialize the object, what is the value for E? String. Huh?
0.
ఎవరో మాట్లాడుతున్నా నాకు అర్థం కాదు, గట్టిగా మాట్లాడండి. ఇది మాట శుభనా? వాట్ ద వాల్యూ ఫర్ ఈ? We just declare the variable but not initialized.
Default value
What is default value?
0.
His employee object is there. Just say declared but not initialized. Now what is the default value for this? For employee object, what is the default value? If it is 0, why 0?
Null.
If it null, why it null? Why it null? Simple question, question. What is the default value for any object?
Null amma.
Read.
It is a string of employee because it is null.
Employee string. Employee string or int. How employee is string?
Employee is denoted with name.
Anyone else?
Employee is not a string. Employee is the employee object.
Okay, then what is the default value?
Null only.
Okay, why so much thinking on that? So what is default value for int? 0, byte, 0, boolean, character, object, string. I core Java basics. Okay, here object not created, just initialize, so default value is null. If it is a null, if we are trying to call something on the null, what will happen? If we do any operation on null, it will throw the null point exception. Okay, we got null point exception because com.apply main is null. That is why throwing a null point exception. Okay, so what we need to do, we have to create an object in Spring application. Who is responsible to create object? That is Spring container. Okay, let's tell to Spring container, Spring, please create object for employee. How do you tell? Okay, and inject to this variable. Anyway, you create an object. After creation, that object please inject to here. After injection, eval is employee object, but not null. Okay, to work with AutoWait, we have to use any suitable annotation, any component or service repository. Okay, to work with AutoWait annotation, we have to add the corresponding suitable annotations. Now, if I call client, it will work or not. Okay, we told to Spring container. Okay, we told the Spring container to create object. This we declared annotation, but we did not start container. How to start container? How to start container?
Application context. New class Part-2.
Here we have to provide some configuration. Let's try it will work or not. Before that, we have to call. We have to get object from the container. We should not create. How to get object from the container? Context dot
Get bit.
Student dot class I'm providing directly. Now we need to do typecasting. Directly we can do like this. Okay, if I call the M1 method, sorry, std1, now it should work. Let's see, it's showing some error. What is that? Application context has not refreshed yet. Okay, maybe we'll call refresh, we'll see, maybe app config required or not. Dot refresh is there, no? Refresh not there. Okay, it's fine. Now we have to create one app config as like we created previously. Configuration class for only for input to the container. App config created. Just make configuration annotation. Provide this reference to the container. Let's try now. It will work or not, we'll see. It will not work because we did not tell component scan. When it will create object, we have to tell component scan. In this package, there are some classes are there. Those classes you need to scan and hand over to the OS container. Then only it will be create the object, right? How to provide component scan? Package name. This observe first. This is the way to provide component scan. We have to create one class. That class make a configuration and component scan. Here provide your package name. My package name is com.app3. It will search com.app3 and any sub package are there. Sub packages are not there, so it will ignore, no problem. Now run this client. Past context, why? No class defined error. Jar file missing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
Expression తీసుకున్నాను.
Express missing, no? Build path, go to external jar files, add your missing jar file. Spring -expression. Okay, this is a jar file. Open, add, and close. Now run application. Now I got output. So now what will happen? The employee class is changed. EMPLOYE, I'm writing. Employee class changed. Okay, it is showing error. Here just what I'm doing, one place I'm changing. One place I'm changing. Remaining place already the errors will be resolved. So it is not tightly coupled because changing one place is enough. Okay, we need to change all the places in the code. Only reference variable we are changing. We achieve through auto-wording concept, dependency injection. So dependency injection is a design pattern. Design pattern means best way of designing one code. Best way of designing one task. Okay, that basically design pattern is separate concept is there, separate topic that is. So what is design pattern? Basically, if you want to implement any task, okay, first we have to search for best approach. That best approach can be implemented by anyone. Okay, that best approach can be implemented by anyone. That best approach basically give the best performance in terms of memory, in terms of time. Okay, this is basically design pattern. This design pattern implemented by auto-wording concept. Okay, like here you can see dependency injection is a one design pattern, not implementation. Okay, that design pattern implemented by auto-wording concept. Okay, so this auto-wording is an annotation. Auto-word, this basically this what it will do, it will go to Spring IOC container. It will not go basically. We are saying means Spring IOC container will inject automatically that object to this variable. Which object? Employee class object automatically inject to this variable. For the purpose to tell to Spring container, we have to inject the object to here. We have to write a auto-word annotation. Okay, we have to write auto-word annotation. Now auto-word is
if it is not auto-word, then we have to give setters and getters.
No, if it is not auto-word, then how it will inject? Even if I write inject setters here, that will inject automatically.
Yeah, in bean class we have to configure employee object.
See, I have
something. Yeah, we have component D. Component scan is there. Component D is there. For employee class also, if there is component annotation.
Yes, it is there already.
So in employee, employee.
Okay.
Yes, we can create a setters and getters for this.
Yeah, I have setters and getters here. It will inject by container directly. These setters and getters just created. That means it automatically inject the object to this variable. It will not inject. To tell to Spring IOC container, this student class has one variable, one employee type variable. For that variable, please inject the object. For that, we have to tell auto-word. Auto-word we can apply for on the type of variable or on type of setter method, only setter, not getter. Here it is possible, or we can write one constructor of type employee. Here also we can tell. These are possible places to provide auto-word annotation. Okay, so the meaning is same. If you provide on a variable, if you provide on a constructor, if you provide on a setter. So what basically setter do? What basically setter do? Setter will set the value employee object to this current variable. This is a simple method to set a variable. If you provide auto void, what will happen? For this method, employee object required, that object will be taken, it will inject by automatically to here. From here, automatically it inject to our variable, global variable. This is setter. Okay, comment this we know now. Next one is constructor. Constructor, what it will do? Constructor same, right? It has one variable type employee. If that object will be injected here, then we are setting to our global variable. Okay, we are injecting different, but finally requirement is same, right? Directly provide here. This is also same, directly to inject. Okay, while injecting this way, indirectly Spring IOC container will inject by calling setter only. If you don't do setter, automatically it will create one setter method and it will inject. Okay, this is as setter injection. This is same as setter injection. This is constructor injection. What is constructor injection? Why we are calling constructor injection? Container is injecting the object. Container injecting the object by calling constructor. Here, this is setter injection. This is also setter injection. Both are same. Why variable? Why I am saying line number 10 is setter injection? Because at runtime, Spring IOC container will create automatically setter method and inject the object. Okay. Some people tell it is setter injection. Some people can tell it is a variable injection. Both are same. Okay. So finally, we have a setter injection, constructor injection. Okay, we have a to inject one variable, one dependency to our class. We can follow setter injection, maybe this one or this one, and constructor injection, line number 13. Okay, these are two types we know already. So if you write constructor injection, what will happen? At runtime, Spring IOC container will call constructor and inject the object. If you write setter injection at runtime, constructor, IOC container call setter method and inject the object. If you don't write these two, what will happen? At runtime, Spring IOC container will create setter and inject the object. Okay, these are three types. I mean, these are two types only. First one and third one is same. Do you like another approach? Okay. Up to now we saw that, and we have remaining two also: interface injection and lookup method injection. In that, interface is important, not lookup not much. Okay. Up to here clear, right? Setter injection, constructor injection. What is auto void? Auto void means this works for the any dependencies, any class type, interface type objects. If we want to inject primitive strings, what we will do? We will use value annotation. Previously already we saw that employee ID to inject, employee name to inject. We use the value annotation. But here these are like bin injection, one class type injection or interface type. If our reference variable, our variable type is a class type or interface, we have to go with the auto voiding concept. Okay, that auto voiding concept, whatever variable we are using, that variable should be a Spring Bean. What is Spring Bean? A Spring Bean means a class life cycle will be managed by Spring IOC container. That kind of classes we can call as a Spring Beans. Clear? Now tell me, I am writing one more class here. vehicle class. Okay, vehicle class has one method. Class void, sorry, void start engine. I want to call start engine method. Call start engine method from employee class. From here I want to call. What I have to do? What is the first step? To call one class method from other class, we need a object or reference. How to create reference? We can create inside method. That is like normal approach, core Java approach. To provide Spring support, we have to create one variable of type vehicle. This I am taking V. Okay. From M2 method, I want to call in start engine. V dot start engine. Okay, fine. It will call, no problem. So what is the variable here? V. Okay. This V, what is default value for this? What is default value for this?
Null.
Default value for this is null. So we have to create object. So this is a Spring Boot based application, sorry, Spring based application. So we need to ask Spring container to manage this bean lifecycle. To Spring container will create the object for this. How to tell this vehicle class we have to apply for a what annotation?
Component.
Component. Okay. Now go to that employee class again. Okay. Vehicle class already object created. To inject that object to this variable, what we have to provide here? We have an annotation. We just now I told this is a auto void. Now Spring container already object created. That object will be injected to here. So now the V is a not null. It is a some data object is there. Now call the start engine method. It will be call. Okay. Let's try this. It will work or not. Let's run the client one. Engine started. Okay. This is called.
Chenju, if you don't mind, without auto void, I want to go with the constructor or setter.
Okay,
Then,
you can write constructor setter here. Remove this. I'm writing setter here. Example, public void. This is a setter syntax. This is dot v equal to v. On top of setter, just write your auto void. Now, if you want to check, so I'm writing here one SOP. What SOP I'm writing? Just for testing purpose, I'm writing to understand. This is a setter for setter for vehicle. Okay, up to here, fine, right? Just to check this setter method called or not by container. Anyway, I'm not calling from anywhere in the code. Okay, let's try this. Engine started. Now also see that setter method called or not. This is a setter for vehicle. Who will call this? I did not call anywhere in the code. This is called by Spring IOC container. Because of that, I use auto void. If I remove auto void, just check. I'm running again. It got error. Null pointer. Why null pointer? This object not injected. Why not injected? Spring IOC container not call this method. That is why this is not assigned. Object not injected.
Only constructor injection తీసుకుంటాను.
This is setter example. Just comment this. Write constructor. How to a constructor?
Class name.
This is constructor. So if I write auto void on top of this, Spring IOC container will be inject the vehicle object to here. From here, we are assigning to our variable. Okay. Here, not a matter. We are something else we can write. So running this application. Okay. I'm also writing one SOP. This is a constructor. For vehicle. Okay. For vehicle, not in employee. Run this. This is a constructor for vehicle. Who call this? This is an argument constructor. Argument constructor will be called by container only because we did not call anywhere. We did not create object for this. Constructor only created object for this. While creating object for this, it is injected here. Okay. While creating object for this, it is injected vehicle object. For this, what you need? So if you want to call constructor, what I need? I need vehicle object. First create vehicle object and call constructor by providing the vehicle reference. This is constructor injection, setter injection. Now I want to show one more thing. I'll try to show here. Student, okay, here. Vehicle. In the vehicle class, I'll write employee. I'll try to show one concept here. Employee. Here I want to inject employee object. E. Okay, this dot E. Okay. Now I'm telling to inject this employee object in a vehicle class by constructor injection. Okay. So here main thing is to call constructor of vehicle. I need employee object. Okay. Again go to employee. In employee, to create employee object, I need a vehicle object. Okay. Employee need vehicle. Vehicle need employee. Okay. That is one constructor calling another. Okay. If I want to create employee object, I need vehicle object. If I want to create vehicle object, I need a employee object. These are both are interdependent. In this time, how it will be create object? By container. In this time, how it will create? Because if I want to create vehicle, first I need an employee. Okay, this is a problem. Go to here. If I want to create employee, I need a vehicle. Right? This is a problem, right? This problem, how it will solve? It is really a problem for container or not. Just try to run here. We'll see. It is throwing some exception. Why exception? Read clearly. This is very important for interview question. Error while creating a bin vehicle. Okay. Bin vehicle, especially through constructor. We are injecting to constructor and see this information. Again, error while creating bin employee. Okay. There is a unresolved circular reference. That point is very important. Circular reference. Circular dependency. What is circular dependency? Okay. Circular dependency. This also we can call as a observe clearly. In this case, what happened? In employee class object, it needs a vehicle object. To create employee object, I need vehicle. To create vehicle, I need employee. Okay, one is dependent on another, completely dependent on other. Okay, in this case, how Spring container will create? We are asking to Spring container create a object. Okay, I'm repeating again. We are asking Spring container to create a employee object. Okay, how it will create by calling constructor, because we are providing the auto here. If we want to inject through employee, I need a vehicle object. Okay, first I have to create a vehicle object. Go to vehicle. Okay, vehicle also it is defined to create a vehicle object. Again, I need employee. Again, go to employee. Okay, to create employee object, I need a vehicle. Okay, go to vehicle. So this loop will repeat continuously. Okay, this loop will be repeat continuously. That is a problem for Spring container. Spring container is saying you are looping me continuously to create one object, go to another object. To create another object, go to one object. Okay, these are two interdependence. That is called a circular dependency. What is circular dependency? I'm giving definition. I'll take directly here instead of writing circular dependency. Two beans depends on each other. Two beans depends on each other. I'm writing a pseudo code also here. Here, vehicle class depends on employee. Again, go to employee. Employee class depends on again vehicle. This kind of situation called as a circular dependency, circular reference. So it is saying there is a unresolved circular reference. I cannot resolve this. This is a problem for me. How can I resolve? This is saying, it is asking how can I resolve? Please check unresolvable. How to resolve this issue? How to resolve this? Resolution simple, just change at least one side as setter injection. Just change at least one side. Okay, one side means one class at least. At least we can change both side or one side. Yeah, setter injection. So just what I do here to resolve this, here I comment constructor injection. I'll enable the setter injection. Okay, now I'll run client class. It will work or not, we'll see that. We got a output. Why this time no ambiguous? There no circular, because now I'm asking in the employee class I need vehicle object. For vehicle object, okay, employee class I'm not asking vehicle object because employee class can directly create, because I don't have any constructor. I don't have any constructor here. Default constructor is there. Default constructor not require any arguments, so it will directly create. Okay, first it will create employee object. Okay, first it will create employee object. Again go to vehicle. Try to create vehicle class. Vehicle class asking employee object. Already I have employee object. That employee object I inject here. Okay, that employee object I inject here. Now vehicle object already ready for me. Now go to employee. Employee class, there is one setter. It is asking some auto void. Okay, I have to inject the one variable. Immediately I will call setter method. Okay, after creation of object, it is called setter method. So methods we can call after creation object, right? Not immediately while creating. Basically, methods will call after creation of object, but not while creating object. While creating object, we will call constructor. That is a problem. That is a problem in the circular reference. Okay, if I need to create object by using constructor injection, first I need the constructor variable type. I need that object. That is a problem. To avoid that, we need to change at least one side as a setter injection. So here I change as a setter injection, though it got worked fine. If you change vehicle also setter, that is up to you. If you want, you can. Otherwise, you can make constructor also. At least one side enough, not two sides. Here make auto void. Now run. No errors, it will run. Okay. Now tell me what is the circular reference issue, circular dependency. What is circular dependency? Two beans depends on each other, and in both places constructor injection is defined. Both classes constructor injection is defined. Okay, there is a problem. To avoid that, we can use a circular dependency. Sorry, we can use a setter injection. Now tell me at least one person what is circular dependency. Just what you understood. No problem if you answer wrong answers, no problem. If you answer not correct also no problem. Just tell me what is circular dependency.
Two beans depends on each other, and in both classes, constructor injection defined.
Okay, when two beans are each waiting for each other, depends on each other, on both classes only constructor injection is defined. In that cases,
So
string
not in
content-
setter injection in that case, isn't it?
Yes, in both classes constructor injection is defined.
Yeah, in both classes, if it is setter injection is
No,
there.
no
not
circular
constructor.
dependency. No circular dependency issue.
Really?
See, I shown right here set injection in vehicle. If you go to employee, here also set injection. I'm getting an error. Why it is doubt? Because in case of constructor injection, why it is getting error? And I'll try to explain. Okay, focus more. Focus more. That is important. Okay, in vehicle class, employee class, constructor injection defined. I'm going to vehicle class. Here also I'll define constructor injection only. Employee class constructor injection. Okay, I comment in this. This is construct already. Okay, here is a constructor injection, on vehicle also constructor injection. Where is the constructor injection? Okay, this is a constructor injection, right? Vehicle class is a constructor injection, on employee class it is a constructor injection. So try to understand. Okay, see both sides. You see where I'm closing others. Just understand both sides. Here DJ. Here it is a employee class on constructor injection. Here it is a vehicle class constructor injection. These both are
Chanchu, one second.
independent.
Before giving in setter while giving the setter injection, did you give constructor there before there?
No.
In 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Those ones, comments, remove comments, auto remove comments.
Okay.
Yes, then you removed auto word here in the bottom. Constructor
Okay.
is there. So did you that constructor is there?
I have removed the constructor.
Okay,
Constructor
then it's working setter also now.
Okay, you are saying employee class setter and vehicle class constructor.
No. In vehicle class also without constructor, only setter.
Only setter, huh? Okay. Write setter here.
Sorry, sometimes I'm because I have to push place there. So sometimes
Okay, I define setter. In that I'm providing auto word. I'm commenting the vehicle. That means both sides you are asking to
both
setter
sides only setters only.
Okay.
Then it won't work.
Why?
In this case, it will come.
No.
It will come circular
No.
dependency.
No. I'll explain why it is coming the issue. Why it is raising the circular dependency. Okay, first I'm taking both side constructor injection. Okay, both side constructor injection. Just listen clearly. This is somewhat complex and explain also. So now Spring container coming here. This is Spring container. Your application started. Spring container contains some map, something is there internally to store the objects. That is key value for your format. The key is some key value is object. Okay. First Spring container came to here. Employee class. It is a component. It is a component. First step. So it has to create the object. To create object, how it will create? While creating object, we should call constructor, either maybe default constructor or parameter constructor. If we define default constructor, it will call default constructor. If we define a parameter constructor, it will call a parameter constructor. So we have a parameter constructor is there. Okay. So while creating object, not after, while creating object, it has to call this constructor. To call this constructor, there is a one argument, vehicle type argument. Okay, if I want to call this constructor, I need a vehicle object. Okay, immediately I thought that, okay, to create object for employee, I need a vehicle. Okay, first go, then go to vehicle. Okay, go to vehicle. Vehicle side, okay, this is component is there. Okay, I can create, I only create. I means container. Now to create object for this, how to create? Where is AutoVid? Okay, AutoVid there in the constructor. Okay, I'll try to call constructor. I'll come here, I'll check. Okay, to call this constructor, I need employee object, right? I need employee object. Okay, I need employee object. I can go here. Where is employee? Here. Okay, to call employee, to create employee object, I need to call constructor. Okay, for constructor again, I need a vehicle object. This is a vehicle object. Okay, so constructor of employee asking vehicle object, go to again vehicle. Vehicle, what is doing? It is again have the constructor. That means what? It is to create one class object, employee class expecting a vehicle. To create vehicle object expecting a employee. These are depends on each other. One bean depends on another. Employee bean depends on a vehicle. Vehicle is dependent on a employee. Okay. So just to only to create object. Okay. We are creating object means definitely in Java we have to call constructor. Definitely we have to call a constructor. While calling constructor only, the one constructor value depends on another value. Okay, employee constructor depends on vehicle. Vehicle constructor depends on employee. How it will get object then? Is clear? It is clear? This loop will continue. Will be continue. This is circular dependency. One dependency depends on another. Again, that dependency depends on first one. This is circular dependency issue. To resolve that, I'm going now to resolve that. What I told, at least one side.
At least one side, setter method.
At least one side, remove the constructor injection, make it as a setter injection. You can make any side, maybe employee or vehicle, both are fine. Okay, now tell me. Now I'm asking to create vehicle object. Maybe first go to vehicle or employee, both your choice. I'm going to vehicle. To create vehicle object, I need what? Go to constructor. Constructor expecting a one employee object. Okay, go to employee. Employee object component is there. I can create. Okay, fine. To create employee object, there is no constructor. There is no constructor defined. So I can create one default constructor. What is default constructor syntax? I mean, the container will not create. Already JVM will compiled only. After compilation, automatically it will add one default constructor. Right? This is basic, not need much explanation, right? So compiler create already default constructor. I can call this constructor. I can create one object. I can create one object, employee object is created. Okay. Anyway, employee object is created. It is ready with me. Now go to vehicle. Vehicle class need employee object. Already I have inject to here, this object inject to here, this will go to here, this is fine. It is called injected. Now vehicle also ready. In what is the pending here? In the employee object, there is a one setter method expecting auto wearing. So after creation of object, I can call the setter method. The setter method, what is internally doing? That is assigning some value to global variable. That is not matter for me. I am calling only concept. Maybe IOC container responsibility is only to call method, and it will provide arguments. With that arguments, you will assign to global variable. Just will print that up to your matter. Okay, there is a purpose of setter. Setter means it will call this method. After that, you will reassign to your global variable, or you will just print. You will hand out some other method. It will up to your choice. So here, what will happen? Here, circular dependency is there, not there, because of that, at least one side constructor is there. Constructor is there means, so at least one side setter is there. That means I can create object for this. Later, I can set the value.
Yeah, first constructor is calling, default constructor is calling, maybe in employee class.
Employee class default
First,
constructor will call.
yeah, default
yes.
constructor is calling automatically. Something.
Yes, that is like common, like for any class object, if you want to create, you need to call constructor. If it is a default constructor, we can call default. If it is a parameter constructor, we can call parameters.
Just it's a dependency. Okay.
This is very, very much important question. Most important question. What is circular dependency? One class object depends on another class. One bean depends on another bean. Generally in Spring, you just call bean. Any class will call bean. Simple. No much difference on bean and class. Okay. So to resolve circular dependency, at least one side we can make setter injection instead of constructor injection. Okay. Now we know that auto wearing concept. Auto wearing, how many ways you can inject? By calling constructor, by calling setter method, maybe on top of variable. Variable also same, internally will create a setter. Up to here, fine.
On top of variable, if you declare auto void, it means it is
Setter.
equal to setter method,
Setter, yes.
not constructor.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So dependency injection is like design pattern, like how to inject the object. That rules will be provided, and implementation will be provided by auto wearing. How many ways auto wearing we see up to now? Setter, constructor. Okay. The pending ones are
Variable.
Variable, setter, both are same, right? And that's why.
But
Is same, right? Another pending is lookup method. This maybe I not discuss. This is not much important. This is only multi-thread environment. Another one is interface. Interface injection, I'll talk sometime in next classes. Next we'll go for bean scopes. Next topic is bean scope in next class. Okay.